Still tuned into the South African Morning. To this now, give us artists a break. That's the word from the Cultural and Creative Industries Federation of South Africa. It wants the state to drop charges against 32 artists arrested during a protest. Durban-based artists blocked the N3 and set up a mobile stage calling for lockdown restrictions to be eased. For more on this story, the Federation's Ayanda Roda talks to us from Bloemfontein. Good morning, Ayanda. Just for a little bit of background for anybody who's just catching up now, what was Vula President about and what transpired on that day?
Good morning, ma'am. How are you? I hope you're well.
I am well. Thank you very much, Ayanda.
Yes. As you would know that since from level 5 as South African artists, we have experienced very big financial difficulties, and we were the first one to be hard hit by the pandemic. So we went through a process where we were negotiating with government of relief fund, and which were not enough to us as the creative sector, though the government have tried to extend their hand in assisting us to make our life easy during these difficult times. But when it comes to a lot of gradually opening the country, we, as a creative industry, we were actually not getting any joy until we took a stand to say we will take a stand of closing an entry to get an attention from the president. And we had a campaign that was called hashtag Vula President, where we wanted the president to open the country with 70% so that we can be able to perform and earn a living from our own sweat as we are able to do that, and that's what we are willing to do as a creative sector. That's how the creative sector had to work on the hashtag Vula President.
So what are some of these charges laid against the 32 artists?
The charges that laid against the 2 artists is we have infringed the law, we have disturbed the economy of KZN, and malicious damage, which we are not sure of, and there are some other things that are also included in those charges.
Because in your opinion, Ayanda, I'm assuming that it was meant to be a peaceful protest, am I correct?
It was a peaceful protest. We didn't have anything on our heads, stones. We were just marching, and we just took our car and stand in the middle of the road, like any other car will have, and stuck in the middle of the road and try to get assistance. We did not do anything, but by the arrival of the police in eNCA, what they only did was to shoot us without even negotiating with us, and then talk to us without even asking us what is the real problem that we are faced with as the motorists and artists that were walking alongside that road.
And have you managed to engage with government now? And if so, how did that go?
Yes, we are still engaging with government to say we are calling for the president of the country and the minister to drop the charges against the 32 artists of KZN, as we have now reached an agreement to say we'll agree with 50%. We are welcoming the 50% of the president, and we'll abide by it as a citizen of this country, and taking all the caution that no one will get infected into our festivals. We'll apply all the COVID-19 regulations as the artists. So we are welcoming it. We only want to negotiate with them to say, drop the charges. We are willing to abide. We are willing to cooperate with the government. And we are sure that the president will adhere to us, and our government will listen to us as they have listened to us by giving us 50%, so there won't be anything that difficult to them to drop the charges for 32 artists that were arrested in Durban.
Ayanda, you mentioned a little bit earlier on in the beginning of our interview how tough it's been for artists during that lockdown period. How exactly did government assist during lockdown?
Government were open to us. They negotiated with us what we call a relief fund. They gave us a relief fund, and to those who had events and their events were cancelled, government gave us relief fund. We don't want to lie to you. They were open in assisting us. They gave us relief fund, and from a national level to a provincial level, MSCs were taking out relief fund. The minister also took out relief fund. We can assure you that more than 4,000 artists on the national level have received relief fund, and in each and every province, we can assure you that more than 500 artists have received the relief fund from the government. So the government, they have played their part. We appreciate that. We are very happy with that. Hence, we are saying to them, can we now go back to the table and negotiate the issues of dropping this charge, the charge of the 32 KZN artists?
Yeah, well, some good news going down to level 1. Hopefully things will improve.
I beg your pardon?
I said there's some good news, at least, is the fact that we are heading into level 1. So hopefully things will improve a little bit.
Yeah, things will improve a little bit. Hence, we are welcoming the 50% of the president, because we know that when the lockdown started, he promised us to say they will open the account gradually, and he did the same thing that he promised us to do. Hence, we are now in level 2 and in level 1. We will be going to another level, which the country will be back to normal, though it will be a normal that you are not used to as the country. And as artists, we have been far away in terms of the technology. We are willing to cooperate.
All right, thank you very much, Ayanda. Hopefully those charges will be dropped against the 32 artists. That is Ayanda Roda, Secretary General of the Creative and Cultural Industries Federations of SA.